Welcome to our webinar, The Art of Success, the 3x3 formula for success and leadership. Our agenda today is very simple. First, I will speak and I will give you a short lecture on the power and clarity of success and leadership. Then we'll take a short break so you can stretch, get some water, and then we're going to do 3 techniques. You'll learn the instructions for each one, and then you'll practice it with me. After we've practiced all 3 techniques, we'll have another very short break so you can stretch, and then we will practice all the techniques together. It takes about 10 minutes. After that, we'll do a quick review, a beautiful affirmation, and we should have time at the end for some questions and answers. So, let's get started. Our purpose in life, as we move forward in this webinar, is to highlight the number 3, creativity. Numerology, yogic numerology, is one of the arts and sciences that we use. In the ancient classical yogic traditions, in those arts and sciences before there were books, before there was the internet, people depended on the wisdom of those who learned through knowledge that was passed from master to master. Those would be the few people educated in the community, perhaps the only ones for many, many miles. And they would help to inform the community, to teach the royal princes or princesses, and give counsel to the kings and queens, the moguls of the time. Numerology has 3 purposes, or the yogic numerology. The first purpose is the study of mathematics in the cosmos. We will not do that today. The second purpose is the art and science of yoga therapy, the application of technique. We will do some of that today, because you cannot have success anywhere in the world, anywhere in your life, without technique. Success is not like having a magic lamp where you rub it and you hope, and there's smoke that comes out and there's a genie and everything is wonderful. Success is a decision. And when there is a decision, there is technique. And when there is technique, there is practice. And when there is practice, there is a result. Just before this webinar, I saw in social media a little video. It was about a 5-year-old boy. And his mother said to him very gently, "When are you sad?" And he answered very sweetly, "I'm sad when I want something and I don't get it." Well, we can understand that from a 5-year-old. But unless you are 5 years old, that is not a good measure of success or leadership. The things that we believed as children are not the things we believe as adults. The things we learned as children are not the techniques we use as adults. The things we have learned emotionally are not the techniques that we use for success and leadership, even though they can be entertaining. The third purpose of yogic numerology is to understand the calendar of life and your name. We won't be doing that today, but we will give you something special a little bit later. Today we are playing with the number 3. 3 is creativity. Let's play with 3 senses. Common sense, intuitive sense, a sense of humor. We'll do all of those today. I spoke with the chief executive officer of a very large global company last week. And she said, intuitive sense, I understand. Sense of humor, everyone understands. Common sense, well, it's very hard. It's true. We sometimes forget common sense because we are drawn through passion and desire, through emotionality, to be distracted and confused. If you want to succeed in a war, you will first destabilize your enemy, create confusion, create distraction. If you want to ruin a relationship, you will find a way to destabilize, confuse, and distract. If you want to sabotage yourself, you will destabilize, confuse, and distract. These are the enemies of success, the enemies of victory, inside you and outside in your community. While we are working with the number three senses, the three purposes of yogic numerology, we're also working with three directions. The first direction is to revitalize, new energy. The second is to be creative. And the third is to grow the electromagnetic field, your aura. You cannot have success without technique, and you cannot maintain success or have leadership without the strength of an electromagnetic field. This belongs to you, and only you can correct it. Others can influence it, but it's yours. It's like your house. You have three minds. This is a gift that the yogis have given to the world. Every path, every spiritual path, every discipline, be it martial arts or law, has some gift that it offers humanity. What the yogis have given humanity is the number three. The yogis taught, yes, there is a yin and a yang. There is a positive and a negative. There is an up and down, in and out. There are always two sides. Some might say male and female. But there's always a third. This is the gift the yogis have given. Because when you think of your mind and how you think, a mind, a thought, your intelligence, the strain of a thread, a string, is stronger with two parts interwoven. That's negative and positive. But the yogis have said, we can make it stronger. There's negative, there's positive, and there's neutral. You have three strings that make one stronger string. Your negative mind gives you such a control of impulse. It looks for what could go wrong. It protects you. It's smart. Your positive mind, it's not happy. It's always looking for what's possible. It's positive because it's looking for what could go right. And these two work together. The negative goes, what could go wrong? Let's be safe. The positive goes, what could go right? What's possible? But the neutral mind weighs these two and becomes much stronger. It goes, well, there is a discernment of the negative. There is the potential of the positive. There is the intuition of the negative and the intuition of the positive. But we have an intelligence and a mind that can take these two and have more strength, more success, more leadership, a stronger thread, a stronger mind. The neutral is the third possibility. In fact, it is the future of all mankind. Because up until this point, mankind, womankind, has dealt with two: negative, positive, war and peace. Male and female, up and down, in and out, God, no God, north and south, east or west. But now, in order to thrive in these new centuries where we are exploring new types of communication, artificial intelligence, ways to have peace, climate change, new economies, new energy, space, we need a neutral mind. We need something that's more powerful than just happy, unhappy. I want it, I don't have it. There's more to life than that. And this is the beginning of success and leadership. Because if you measure your success like a 5-year-old, then you would say, but I don't have it, so I'm not successful. There are three things that people long for. They long to take away restlessness and loneliness. They long to take away loneliness. And they long to take away pain. But now we're going to have a little bit of fun. There are three more things that we can talk about. I once knew a man who loved his car. Loved his car. He drove a very beautiful car. He gave me a ride in it, and it, for me, was very uncomfortable. There was very little suspension. He drove close to the ground and went very fast. When he switched gears, it went boom, and my neck hurt. But he loved it. And he said to me, you know, there are three types of cars. The first type of car, well, it's like an appliance. It's like a washing machine. We're going to come back to these techniques in a moment, but I wanted to show you these cars. This first type of car is reliable. It is maybe a Honda, a Camry, a Toyota. It lasts forever. You can count on it. It looks good, like a good dishwasher. The second type of car, he told me, is usually American. He said it's big, like a living room. There's space. You have a sense of expansion and vision and comfort. Sometimes it's like driving a boat. And the third type of car, he said, oh, it's responsive, like the one I'm driving. He said, I have to think about the gear and it moves. When I touch the accelerator, it's already moving. It responds to me. So when we are looking back and analyzing our own success, let us think about these three cars. Because for you to be successful in your life, for you to have leadership in your own home, which is your body and mind, in your house and home and family, in your business or your career, in your community, in the world, you must have these three cars. You must be dependable, like a good washing machine, like a good Honda. You must also have comfort and expansive, be someone with some vision. And you must be responsive. There is an intuitive, seamless quality. And today we're going to drive these cars through 3 techniques that will help you develop that vital strength of stability, like the first car. Revitalize you. Also, develop, like the second car, some creativity. And in the third, develop that electromagnetic field so you are responsive, truly responsive in your life. These 3 minds, negative, positive, neutral, that's you driving. Now, if you drive a car that has gears, you can shift into neutral. But in your life, do you shift into neutral? Or are you always in a happy gear, unhappy gear, negative gear, positive gear, first or second? Or is it automatic and you have no control? You always have control. And what I want to remind you and request as a senior citizen, as an elder in the yoga community, you are here today, you are watching this because you are a leader. And the world needs you. I work with presidents and prime ministers. I work with CEOs. I work with people who are prominent, responsible, and have power. No one has more power than you. No one. Do you believe it? Or is that only when you feel it? I'm asking you to believe it. Not believe it like a wish, like the lamp, but believe it because it is a decision. The world needs you. You, as a leader, the world needs your success. And if you simply measured it by, well, I feel good, I feel bad. I feel good, I feel bad. I'm afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm lonely, I'm not lonely. I have pain, I don't have pain. That's life. Life has a flow. There will be times where you are very unhappy and times when you are very happy, but that's the flow of life. How you think, how you behave, how you lead, how you succeed is a decision. And I ask you, before we begin technique, to make that decision now. We will do an affirmation at the end of this program, but let's introduce it now. I am a leader. That's it. I lead my mind. I lead my body. I lead my spirit. Now, I know you can say, but my mind, I can't control all the thoughts. That's technique. That's all it is. Just technique. That's all that's missing. It's not that you can't stop the way you think or feel. You're just missing a technique. If something's wrong with the car, it has to be fixed. Maybe it needs gas or to be charged, like you. Maybe it needs a mechanic who learned technique. That's you. You are a leader. You are in control of your mind, of your body, and even your spirit. So before we move into techniques, let us take a moment to agree. I am a leader. I lead my mind. I lead my body. I lead my emotions. Oh, emotions. Oh, no, not my emotions. Nobody touches my emotions. I feel what I feel. That's the most important thing. No one takes that away from me. This is my reality. This is my life. This is my truth. Great, wonderful movie. Have some popcorn, see the movie. Watch a movie on your phone, go to a play. In the old days, before there were movies and the internet, there was theater. Lots of drama, lots of singing, lots of violence on the stage. And people got very excited because the emotions belong on a stage. They don't belong living in your head all the time. Sometimes, yes, of course, you have a feeling, but it cannot manage your life. If your feelings control you, they are the leader, and you are a manipulator. You manipulate other people, and they manipulate you. That's not leadership. You cannot control another person. You can control yourself. Emotions are wonderful. You need them. They're part of being human. But if they are your only reality or have too much of your energy, then you're missing technique. Your training is not right. Yes, we have pain sometimes, we have loneliness sometimes, we have restlessness sometimes. That's the flow of life, the flow of your life. Even if you were born perfect, there were no problems, no war, perfect family, the sun was always shining, still you would have feelings and emotions. But they can't control you. That's where technique comes in. So before we get started on this techniques, we're going to take just a moment. We're going to take a short break. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you about the techniques we're going to do. Each one takes about 3 minutes, and they're not easy. Leadership takes some effort, but it's only 3 minutes. So you will live through it. But to build muscle, you need a little bit of counter muscle. So if you find any of this techniques a little bit difficult, that's good. It'll make you stronger. It'll make you stronger in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your creativity, in your vitalization of energy, and in your electromagnetic field. You cannot succeed at all in anything without a powerful aura. An aura is not something magical. It's not just special people can see it. Everybody has an aura. Everything on earth has an aura because the earth is moving, and all things that move have a magnetic field. A human being has, by its nature, the nervous systems, sympathetic, parasympathetic, and central nervous system. I know we have translators in different languages. I hope that I'm speaking slowly enough. I will repeat that. You have 72,000 nerves that are like lights on a tree, on a Christmas tree. But you have 3 main nervous systems. Your parasympathetic nervous system is operated by the principles of light. Your parasympathetic nervous system, is controlled by sound. Your sympathetic nervous system is operated by the principles of light. Every atom that comes from the sun has light, sound, and form. Therefore, every part of you, every molecule, every atom, every cell has light, sound, and form. The sympathetic nervous system, correcting this to be sure, is operated by the principles of light. The parasympathetic nervous system is operated by the principle of sound. And the muscle system, your form, operates by the central nervous system, sometimes known as earth. This is important to understand because in the strength of a human hue, of a human light, of a human experience, success and leadership, parasympathetic is the most important. In other words, sound, what you say. And in our meditation techniques, what you will say inside, and we will use a mantra in one of our techniques, what you say outside as well. And for those who are running governments, those who run companies, those who run themselves, those who manage a family, a home, a career, what you say, this parasympathetic operation system is the most important thing in your life. So before we begin our 3 techniques, which will challenge you and make you strong, we're going to take a very short break. And you will have an opportunity to stretch, flex, have a little bit of water, and we will see you back here in about 1 minute or so. Okay. Our first technique, much like our first car, is to help us revitalize, have energy, to be dependable and reliable and strong. In the world of yoga, you could say that this gives you some radiance, but not just to be pretty, not just to be beautiful, which is good, but also to bring the energy in you to be stable, reliable, and also safe. In this first technique, you're going to create a V with your arms. I'm going to explain it first, and then I'll show you, and then you will do it. Your arms will be up in a V shape, and your fingers will be folded onto the mounds of your fingers, like this, with the thumb away. So it looks like this, up top, and the thumbs are pointed straight up, and the fingers are on the mounds of the fingers. Now, bring your arms down for just a moment before we begin. For some of you, this is very easy. Perhaps you're flexible and you've practiced yoga before. For some, this might be new and difficult. The rule of yoga is do your best. That's it. That's it. Don't try to change it. Just do your best. If you can only get this far because you have shoulder surgery, only do this. If you've never practiced before and you feel very stiff and you only get to here, that's okay. And the reason it's okay is because this is a technique, and techniques should be practiced. When you practice a technique, you get better at it. And really, the amount of time it takes to get better is a year. So there's no rush. If you can only do this, good. Tomorrow, it'll be here. Eventually, it'll be here. And maybe in a year, it'll be perfect. Or maybe not. You still go in the direction of the exercise. So I show you the perfect way to do it. Fingertips on the mounds of the fingers, thumbs up, arms in a V. Now, there is a breathing technique to do with this exercise. It's called Agni Pranam, which means fire breath or breath of fire. Those of you who know this technique, it's a rapid breath, should practice it. If you do not know it, just breathe deeply, long, slow, deep breath through the nose. Again, if you don't have a nose, or it's broken, or you have COVID or the flu and you can't breathe through your nose, breathe through your mouth. But the best way to do this exercise is in the V shape, fingers on the mounds, thumbs up, breath of fire, or long, deep, slow, powerful, the decision of the breath. This is not an easy exercise because we will do it for about 2.5 minutes. And the first few minutes, the first few seconds, oh, this is easy. After a minute, your shoulders will hurt. At 2 minutes, you will think, why did I come to this webinar? This is not happy. This is not good. It's very good. Your mind, your body, your nervous system is going, yay! It's a minor temporary discomfort. But remember, you're going to practice it again. So if you have to adjust, it's okay. We're going to practice it again in just a few minutes. And then hopefully you'll remember to practice it often. So do your best. When the exercise comes to an end, I'm going to ask you to do something really unusual, which is to bring where your arms are up, to open your hands, put your thumbs in, make a fist. Open your hands, put your thumbs out, and make a fist. Open, thumb in, open, thumb out. That'll be for about 30 seconds. And if you've done this before, do it fast. I've done this many times. I can do it very fast. This gives you protection in your magnetic field. If you've not done it before, you can do it slowly. You will practice this. Open and then close. Thumb in and then thumb out. And at the very, very end, you'll come back, take a deep, deep, deep breath, and you will bring your thumbs together in a beautiful arc over your head. You'll take time to bring them together on one breath, and then just as beautifully, let it all relax. So final review. Fingers on the mounds, thumbs up, arms in a V shape. Thumbs are pointing up. You'll do breath of fire or long, deep breath. At about 2.5 minutes, I will say fist, which means thumb in, thumb out, thumb in, thumb out. You'll do that for about 30 seconds, and then I'll say arc, which means you want to bring your thumbs together in a beautiful arc over your head. Try to bring them together the best you can, stretching up. And then finally, release just as beautifully all the way down. And we are done with our Honda, with our reliability, with this first technique. Are you ready? Good. Let us begin. Please stretch your arms up. Mounds on fingers, thumbs pointing up. Begin the breathing. Long, deep breath or Agni Pranam, breath of fire. You can close your eyes. Only do your best, but try to keep all the elements happening. Fingers on mounds, thumbs up, arms straight, locked. Keep your chin in a little bit so your head is not flopping around. Breathe through the nose if you can, slowly or rapidly. And yes, I know it's uncomfortable, but please continue. And don't be proud. For those of you who have done something like this before and you think, oh, this is easy, I'm an experienced yogi. It's not true. If you practice this, some days you'll go, wow, this is so easy, I'm so good. But I promise you, there will be days where you go, every second hurts, because life is a flow. There are ups and downs, and you stay steady, reliable. Right now, you are the Honda. The body does not move at all. Don't move your body. Just the breath, nothing else. Steady. Don't be emotional. Don't let your body be emotional. Don't move your arms. Don't move your back. Just the breath. Wow. Fantastic. You can do it. You can do it. Now make the fist. Keep your arms up. Put your thumb inside your fist. Open your hands. Put your thumb outside your fist. And continue. Keep the arms up. Keep stretching up. Keep your breathing. Beautiful. Now inhale deeply. Breathe in. Hold the breath. And slowly, in a beautiful arc, bring your thumbs together over your head. And then, as you relax, a beautiful arc coming down as you breathe out. And sit straight and quiet and relaxed. Nice. Very good. Woo. Okay, stretch for a moment. What a good job. Don't get lost in it. Don't sit there and go into the moon or Venus or Pluto. You are a leader. You are doing successful techniques. You're not escaping into the cosmos somewhere. You're managing yourself. These are techniques for self-management, not techniques to feel good. Feeling good comes after technique. Are you ready for the second technique? Remember our second car? Well, it's bigger. It has more space. It has more comfort. It's the expansion of the mind, getting comfortable in your body. But it's also rugged, like a strong person. So you have vision, lots of windows. And sometimes we get angry. We get distracted, either in our minds or our feelings, or just in our environment. And sometimes you don't even realize it. Sometimes the creativity becomes lower. There are so many reasons why that could happen. But we're going to correct it because we're going to do another very simple exercise. Again, sitting down, you'll make your hands into fists, like real strong fist. And bring them to your sides. I'm showing them higher, but they'll be down a little lower for you. And make your chest big. Oh, I'm going to describe it first, so don't do it yet. You will take 5 long, powerful breaths, breathing in and out 5 times. Powerful, slow, deep. The whole time, your chest is out. Whoa. At the end of the 5 breaths, holding your breath, you're going to start punching. You're going to punch, punch back and forth from side to side to side until you cannot hold your breath anymore. Then relax your arms down, keep the fist, keep the chest out, and breathe 5 more times. So I will repeat this. There are 2 important things in this exercise to remember. 1, the chest has to be big. The second is that you must breathe 5 times, powerful, slow, deep breath, a decision to breathe each time. And there is a third, which is punching. But when you punch, really punch. If you want to use your imagination and punch someone in your mind, okay. It's not necessary. This is a physical exercise, but whatever helps you is okay. If you feel stuck in your life, you can punch through it. Sure. From day to day, you may have something different you want to punch, but you don't have to have anything. You just need to move your arms and your fists side to side to side to side. Punch the middle. Not up here, not down below. Punch the middle right there. And when you cannot hold your breath anymore, go back to 5 more breaths. So you punch on an inhale. Are you ready? You can do this for 1 minute, 3 times. You can do it very, very slowly. You can be creative. But today, we're going to do it for 3 minutes. You do it with as much energy as you can. Now, please remember, if you have shoulder surgery and you can only do this, okay. If you feel very proud of yourself and go, I am a boxer, I know how to do this, okay. But even if you do this every day, some days it will be easy and some days it will be hard. Because this exercise, although it's physical, is also working on your mind. It's working on your energy, which is your breathing. It's not supposed to be easy all the time. There is never a time where you become perfect at an exercise. You just repeat it. It's technique. The result comes after the technique. Okay, so let's begin the practice. This will be for 3 minutes, approximately. Sit very tall and straight. Make the chest big. Make a fist. Breathe 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale, hold your breath, and punch. And when you cannot hold your breath anymore, stop punching and breathe 5 more times and continue. Punch the center. Fast and hard, and then breathe. Do it honestly. Do it correctly. Go fast. Go hard. You may have many thoughts. Your body may have many thoughts. But you do your best. Keep the breathing very strong and your chest very big. All right, please inhale deeply. Exhale powerfully. And just sit quietly with your eyes closed. Breathe slowly, keep your eyes closed, and be very tall and relaxed. Woo! For those who are translating, you can translate, woo! That's good. Good work. Woo! All right, we have one more technique, and then you get a little break. We want to be leaders. We want to be successful. We're using technique. Let's get strong. Well, now our third technique is responsive. And this, again, is for the electromagnetic field. This is challenging, and it does involve a mantra. And the mantra is Wa He Guru. Wa, which sounds a little bit like a drop of water. Wa. Hey, 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 like laughing. Hey, Guru. Like guru, but a little faster. Guru. So it's 3 sounds. Wa, Hey, Guru. It's yoga, And we're working with the parasympathetic nervous system, so there is sound. And this is a sound, it's called a three-part or Trikiti mantra. The three parts are equal. Wa, he, guru. You're going to repeat that mantra 5 times. Wa, he, guru, wa, he, guru, wa, he, guru, wa, he, guru, wa, he, guru. You'll do it at your own speed, but you're going to do it, you'll inhale deeply, you'll repeat wa, he, guru 5 times, then you'll take another breath and do it again. But of course, it's never quite that easy. You take your right fingers and wrap them around your left hand. Your right hand, wrap around your left hand. Your right hand, wrap it around your left hand. Easy, right? But it's over your head and stretched as far back as you can. Now, please stop. Again, if you have a shoulder problem, if you've had surgery, if for some reason you find this exercise difficult, just do your best. Don't hurt yourself. Why? Because this is technique, and techniques are meant to be practiced, and when you practice, I promise you, you get better. And for those of you with big egos who think I can get better in a week, then you're losing the beauty of the exercise. For those of you who are proud and go, I do this easily, then you're not doing it right, because there's a flow in your body and in your mind, and sometimes it will be, I promise you, so easy. 3 minutes will be like, wow, that's nothing. And some days it will seem like it's torture, but it's a technique. It makes you a Porsche. It makes you a responsive leader. So you do your best. This everyone can do. You go as high as you can over your head and as far back as you can. You inhale deeply and you repeat, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru. Then exhale, whatever's left. There should be nothing left. Then inhale and do it again. So relax. When you do Wa He Guru 5 times, it should use up all your exhale. So you'll inhale deeply, repeat Wa He Guru 5 times. It should use all your breath. And then inhale and do it again. Look at your nose the whole time you're doing this. Look at the tip of your nose. So the first thing, right hand over left hand. Second thing, an arc of your arms over your head and stretch back. Third thing, look at the tip of your nose. Fourth thing, repeat as you inhale and hold the breath, you then repeat out loud. Wa He Guru 5 times, then inhale again and repeat. You continue to do it. Are you ready? Let's begin. Right hand over left, over the head, back. Inhale deeply. Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru. Again, inhale. Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru. Please continue the exercise. Do your best. Look at the tip of your nose and continue. The inhale is deep. The The arms are in an arc, not stretched up, but in an arc. And press back. So don't just stretch up, make an arc over your head, and then press back. Good. Beautiful. Look at the tip of your nose so you have focus. The brain loves to look at the tip of the nose. It gives instant concentration. This is challenging, but if you inhale deeply each time, it will get easier. Okay, inhale deeply. Exhale powerfully. Inhale deeply. Relax your arms down. Exhale, relax, and sit quietly for just a moment. Whew. Now it's time for a short break. So please stretch, stand up, flex, move your body, drink some water, and we'll come back here in about a minute or two. We're now going to practice these 3 techniques together. Someone asked me once, why do you give meditation techniques to people? Why not just give them management techniques and principles? Well, because principles are good, but they don't change things. Technique does. And the truth is, at least in my opinion, we don't have the right training in our world. We are trained to believe what we see, to believe what we feel, and to follow. But when you have techniques to make yourself stronger, that you can do for yourself, then you become the leader. And this is the minimum for every human. So my name is Yogi Akol. Of course, I'm offering yogic techniques. There are thousands of meditations, hundreds of exercises, and yes, many principles and management strategies as well. But nothing stronger, faster, more effective than these short techniques that give you that reliability, that vision, that responsiveness. So now we're going to practice all 3 together. You'll notice that in some of these techniques, as the 3 minutes move forward, it gets harder. And you just have to do your best. And in some of the techniques, it's the opposite. 1 minute, 2 minutes, it gets easier. Good. We're going to do this for 9 minutes. So each one will be 3 minutes. Leave a little space for breathing. Then 3 minutes. And then the last one is approximately 3 minutes. There's an extra moment to pull it all together. So this takes about 10 minutes a day. 10, 11, 12 minutes. And you have those 10 minutes. The most common complaint I receive from presidents, prime ministers, CEOs, mothers and fathers, and sometimes children with anxiety is, I'm busy. I'm busy. I know what's busy. Your mind is busy. Your emotions are busy. You always have 10 minutes. So let's take 10 minutes now. You practiced, and now we're going to do it. So the first exercise, your arms are up in a V shape. Thumbs are out, fingers on mounds of fingers, fingertips. The breath is Agni Pranam, breath of fire, rapid or long, deep breath. Keep stretching up and out. And please, nothing moves in your body. It's not this as you breathe. You're steady, steady, just the breathing. That's it. Nothing else moves. And in the last 30 seconds, we do fist, thumb in, fist, thumb out, fist, thumb in, fist, thumb out. And then a beautiful arc over the head with the thumbs touching, and then a beautiful arc as they come down. Ready? Set. I'm timing it. Get yourself into the right position. And 3 minutes begins now. V shape. Fingers on mounds of fingers, thumbs up. Stretch. Rapid breath. Hold steady. Eyes closed. Beautiful. Do your best. Hold steady. Keep on going. Do your best. Now begin to make those fists. Thumb in, thumb out. Keep breathing. Now breathe in. Take a deep breath in. And slowly, in a beautiful arc, bring your thumbs together. And then as you breathe out, slowly, in a beautiful arc, let your arms come down in front of you and relax and sit quietly. Sit quietly and breathe in a relaxed way. That was 3 minutes. Sit quietly, enjoy it. You have revitalized your energy and lived through it. Now we'll do the next exercise where you make your hands into fists Bring them at the side of your body, at the level of your chest. And you inhale, hold your breath, and while you hold your breath, you start punching from side to side in the middle. And you can get mad if you want. Don't do it yet. Wait for just a moment so I can turn on your timer. When you can no longer hold the breath, take a breath and do it again. Now, here's the thing. We're only going to do this about 3 times. So when you practice this on your own, you don't have to do it for 3 minutes. Do it 3 or 4 times. You could do it 5 times if you like. The idea is to hold the breath. So you take a deep breath. While you hold your breath, you punch. When you cannot hold your breath anymore, take a breath, start punching again. At least 3 times, maybe 4, maybe 5, and then sit quietly. Today, we're going to practice it for 3 minutes, so you don't have to think about how many times you're doing it. So really give it all you've got. I'm going to repeat again. This is so important. Hands into fists. Eyes closed. Take a deep breath in, start punching in the middle. When you can't hold your breath anymore, take another breath. Exhale, take another breath, and do it again. We're going to time this for 3 minutes, starting now. It's not your whole body moving. It's just those fists. Don't break your neck. Good energy. Now I'm going to stop you here. And now we're going to do the real essence of the exercise, which is take 5 deep breaths. 5. And then start punching. Keep your chest big. So shift now to take 5 long, deep, powerful breaths. Then punch, 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 punch on the inhale. When you cannot do it anymore, take 5 more deep breaths. Keep your chest big and your eyes closed. Please continue. 5 long, powerful, slow breaths. Then a big inhale and punch, punch, punch until you cannot hold your breath anymore. Then breathe 5 more times and punch away. Keep your chest big and your eyes closed. Inhale very deeply and relax, sit quietly. Sit tall and straight, but relaxed. Stretch a little bit. Stretch your body a little bit. Stay relaxed. Breathe gently. Now, what I did with you in this version was to give you a warm-up so you could really get into it, and then give you the opportunity to do it with the 5 breathings. Because in your ideal situation, you would do 5 breaths 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then inhale, punch, 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 until you cannot breathe anymore, cannot punch anymore. Then inhale and 5 breaths. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then inhale, punch, 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 punch. When you cannot do it anymore, inhale 5 more breaths and punch, 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 and 3 is enough. Then take a breath, inhale, exhale, stretch, and relax. You can do it for 3 minutes. You can do it 3 times. You can do it 5 times. You can do punching as we did as a warm-up, and then do the 3 repetitions of the 5 breaths with the punching. It's a beautiful exercise that gives you creativity, good physical workout, and it also gives you an opportunity to work out maybe some emotional baggage without having to go to the psychiatrist. So now we do the 3rd exercise. Remember, this one is easy. It gets easier as you do it. It's easy position. Right hand over left hand. Arms are up in an arc. Push back. You inhale and you chant Wa He Guru 5 times. Then you exhale. If there's any exhale left, there shouldn't be. And then you inhale and do it again. So you inhale, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Inhale again. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru 5 times. Keep stretching back the whole time. Right fingers are wrapped around the left. Fix your eyes on the tip of your nose so you are completely focused. And we begin the timer. Now. Keep the mantra exact, Waheguru, 5 times on each breath. Each time you inhale, repeat it 5 times. Out loud, so you can hear it. Keep the hands and arms in an arc and pressed back. Keep the eyes at the tip of the nose. Keep going. What a good job you're doing. But don't give up. Keep up. Keep the arms in an arc. Don't just stretch them up. In an arc and pressed back. Eyes at the tip of your nose. Wa He Guru 5 times. Then do it again and again. Just a few more seconds. Please keep going. Wow. Inhale deeply. Exhale powerfully. Inhale deeply. Stretch up and relax. And sit quietly for a moment. Just sit quietly. Relax your arms down. Sit quietly and breathe gently for just a moment. Wow. Now you have the 3x3 formula. Common sense, intuitive sense, a sense of humor, revitalization, creativity, and your aura. Common sense, intuitive sense, a sense of humor. Your sympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system, and your central nervous system. 3 cars. Reliable, visionary, responsive. I want to tell you a very short story from my own experience. I had an experience doing a meditation once. I just thought, let me try something. So I thought I would learn a new meditation. It was the hardest meditation I'd ever done. It was harder than going to the gym and lifting a heavy weight or bicycling further than I'd gone before. It was so hard, but I was determined I would complete it. My body was shaking at one point. No one was there. It was just me practicing. I could have stopped. There was no one there. And when it was done, I thought, wow, this technique is so strong. And I did it. Well, the technique was for healing. And I wasn't expecting that the healing would be so profound. I thought, well, I will feel like I'm healing something for 10 minutes. I did this meditation once, and I had a healing process for over 1 year that I know began when I practiced that meditation. You can have that result every day. I did it for about 3 hours. You can do it in 9 minutes. As we move towards the conclusion of our webinar, we'll do a very quick review. We'll do a little bit of affirmation, and I think if you stay for a little while, if you have the time, we can try to do some questions and answers. So just to do a quick review with you, the essence of success and leadership, the conquest of clarity and power is up to you. The world needs you. And the world needs you to practice technique, because just doing the same thing over and over, just a little differently, doesn't change anything. But technique is the lever that changes everything. This is the modern age. This is the purpose of all these teachings. And this is why we have gathered here together. The power of affirmation is what you say. And let me give you this little and powerful teaching. The word yes. If you want to know, should I do something? Should I not do something? Say it privately, but say it out loud. And then say yes. If you cannot say yes, don't do it. And when you are saying something to yourself, I am strong, I am a leader, I can do this. If you're feeling bad for some reason, whether you have a medical problem or an emotional problem or time, and you affirm something positive, always add the word yes, because yes means you agree and you've made the decision. And the universe will hold you accountable to that. So don't say yes unless you agree. So I believe we have some time for questions and answers. Do we have time for that, Dennis?
Yes, for sure.
Good, okay, great. So could you use the chat, please, on Zoom to put your questions? And we don't have a lot of time, but we'll do our best to answer some of them. So I will be quiet for a moment while you type in your questions. And then, because some are in English and some need to be translated, I will ask Dennis to read them to me one by one, and I'll give you answers briefly. And then we have some other information for you.
So the first question is about affirmation. I'm a leader. Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, I am a leader. When you use the words I am, this is the most important affirmation. What comes after that must be true. It's not wishing. And for our purposes today, I am a leader, or I am successful. Yes. If you cannot say yes, it's not true. And if your emotions tell you, oh, I don't feel successful, I'm never successful, I don't know what to do the technique. Then try saying it again. You will be successful.
Yeah, so second question is about technique. Do we continue a breath of fire during the last part of the first technique when you are making the fist thumbs in and out?
Yes. Yes, the breathing technique continues. The final part is when you inhale and do an arc over your head. But until then, the breathing continues. It's about 2.5 minutes of the breath of fire, and then it's another 30 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds, where the breath continues and you do the fists.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is on a replay, so you can watch this over and over again as often as you like and go through that experience again.
And next question is, do this meditation have a name? I'm a trained as Kundalini yoga teacher. How can I find it? Thank you.
Your only name for this today is the 3x3 formula for success, for leadership, for clarity and power. There are thousands of meditations in the teachings of the classical yoga systems. There are 12 classical yoga systems. Kundalini is the first. It is the most integrated of all of them. Many of the meditations have names. Some have English names that describe them or describe their result. Some have Sanskrit or Gurmukhi names. But when you bring them together for these purposes, pay attention to the purpose. And this gives you your own leadership.
Mhm. And what the results of this technique can I get?
You will feel, first of all, more energy, revitalized. You will feel more creative, and your electromagnetic field will be stronger.
Yeah, and can I
And,
use?
excuse me, and this is meant to be practiced. So that doesn't mean that every time you do this, you go, oh, that feels fantastic. I know if I go to the gym and I lift weights to be stronger as an old man, some days it's easy and I feel good. And some days it's hard. I don't want to go. It does not feel good at all. But I know that if I practice, I will be healthier and stronger. Technique without practice equals zero. No result. Technique with practice gives you leadership of yourself. Success comes from practice. Technique is the method. Whether you practice every day or sometimes or once a week, it's intended to be repeated. Do we have time for another question?
Yeah, I think a few more questions.
Okay.
It's also about techniques. I
Okay.
think is essential. So, can I focus on the third eye instead of in tip of the nose
No,
instead of?
no. This is very specific. There is a whole technology, a whole art in yoga. It's called the art of gazing or trakata. This is the art of where your eyes are focused. In one of our other courses, we go into much more detail on this. In this exercise, your eyes should be focused on the tip of the nose. Now, if you have a problem and that hurts, then look towards that or just past that. This is the triangle you want. Perhaps you look here, but it's still almost the tip of the nose. It could be the tip of the nose very long. But with practice, without making your eyes uncomfortable, you should be able to bring your eyes here. And when you do that, your eyes close a little bit. You can't do that with your eyes wide open. Your eyes will be almost closed, looking here. And again, with practice, it'll be easier. But no, don't substitute. Good question.
Yeah, and next question is how often can I repeat this practice?
You can take any of the three exercises and do it anytime. I also suggest you do all three together. Each one takes about 3 minutes, altogether about 10. Should you do it every day? You will feel very good if you do. Eventually, as often as you like. If the question is, can I do it more than once a day? Yes. If you
Yeah,
have time, why not?
yeah, and how many days can I do this practice?
This is a technology practice. So this is not something for 40 days or 120 days. This is something you can integrate into your life. You can use it. Here's the thing. If you practice something, your body will remember it. It's called anchoring. So with practice, you may use it less often and your body will remember it, but that takes practice. So if you practice every day for a few weeks or a few months, or every week for a year, then when you need the technique and you do it even once, your whole body and mind will remember it and go, we remember the practice. We're here. Ah, we got it. But practice makes perfect.
And what part of the day is the best for this practice?
There is no part of the day. It's really, it depends on you. You're busy people. Some of you live in a war. You do what you can when you can. Also, people have different moons. In other words, some people are better at night. Some people are better in the morning. I do not enjoy the morning. I'm not a morning person. I like to do things later in the day. Some people love the morning. They get up early, they do all their practices in the morning. Strict and disciplined yogis will practice before the sun, wherever they are. Do this when you can.
And the last question
I would like to add to that as well. In the world of spiritual practice of yoga, there is sadhana. Sadhana means spiritual practice. This is not a spiritual practice. This is a success technology. I give this to presidents, prime ministers, and CEOs, just like you. Can you make it something for your spiritual development? Of course. Anything that you do that makes you stronger is for your spiritual development. Let's have one more question.
Yeah, the last question.
Good, thank
For
you.
me, it's the second meditation. When you breathe 5x, you breathe in and out 5x, and it's segmented breath,
What
or
do you mean
it's
by
segmented,
segmented?
like you divide one inhale into 5 parts, or
No,
it's
no. It's a breathe in, breathe out. That's one breath. Breathe in, breathe out. That's 2 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. That's 3 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. That's 4 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. That's 5 breaths. Then breathe in, hold the breath, punch, 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 punch. When you cannot breathe anymore, 5 breaths again. Good question. Not segmented. Smooth. Smooth.
Mhm. Okay, so that's it. And we have the last question about how to buy this webinar. And
Well, this webinar is available for free, and you can view it and replay it as often as you like. But I would also like to take an opportunity to talk to you about other programs that are coming up. There is a program called 4 Steps to Success. This is a paid webinar. It's not expensive. It's for 4 weeks, 4 Saturdays, starting at the end of March. In this webinar, continuing our theme of success, we will be spending 1 week looking back. You have to look at your history to correct yourself and understand yourself. Then in 1 week, we will look at the present and have that contained and clear. Then in the 3rd week, we will look forward into the future and create the vision that you need and the strength to hold that vision. And then we will make a plan as practice. And in the 4th week, assess our own success and correct what needs to be corrected. We will do a lot in 4 weeks. You can register for that coming up very soon. The Book of Life is a certification program. You may know that I am considered to be the world authority on yogic numerology and on the 10 bodies, also known as Das Prakash. The Book of Life program is the final and total authority on yogic numerology, the systems of yoga, meditation, 10-body yoga, some healing, some understanding of the essence and stages of life, all to create a book for yourself and a book that you can create for other people so they understand their lives and can get more from it. You can become a facilitator in this program, or you can become someone who offers this service to other people, or a teacher in it. It's a 1-year program. It begins in May for those who are interested in having leadership, and it's only available here. And there has been a lot of interest in something that is weekly or monthly. So we are developing a membership series by subscription online that'll be coming very soon. And for those who are interested, I think there will be a few more free webinars coming up soon on different subjects. And next year, in 2025, we will also be getting some live in-person retreats. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the webinar today. Please stay in touch with us, with Kundalini Journal, and with Dennis to represent all of these wonderful teachings. Remember, you can replay this webinar anytime, and I hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye, everybody.